Hey, this is Rasbane with Role Playing Public Radio. We're playing Heart, the City Beneath, Descending Derelictus, Episode 3. In the last session, the Delvers finally managed to get to the sump station. They found the turquoise crab. They installed the device on its shell. And they even
how'd that go?
There were good times and there were bad times.
Complications.
There were complications.
I was busy.
Yeah.
I was doing stuff.
Outis Phyz, disappeared behind a door. And only recently resurfaced. And
he gets a massive hug when he shows up, of course.
yes.
Careful, I'm still limping.
We all are.
Garahan did get the group to help him loot a vending machine that is very technologically advanced.
Did it have any Andy Capp's hot fries in it?
Well, he has not yet even opened the machine. He doesn't know what to do with it. It might.
We use that for fuel.
Well, so he the Vermissian knight is still unsure of what he wants to do with it, but we'll find that out. And of course, so we have Garahan, Pearce, Outis Phyz, Rakk, and Valanthe. And the four of you are back in your halfway house at the edge of Derelictus, and you have numerous leads to advance your stories. Garahan's vending machine he could reverse engineer it to learn knowledge that someone tried to conceal, obviously, or he could sell it to a faction that could help him with his quest to find the Conductor. Which faction? Well, that's up to Garahan. Does he want a powerful faction, a knowledgeable faction, or a trustworthy faction? That's sort of the most important question. Yeah.
We've heard rumors of those who can make a snack cannon.
Yes. Then Rakk has heard that there is a crumbling tower that certain ne'er-do-wells and desperados and degenerate gamblers meet to watch fights to the death.
I wants it so bad.
Yes. So he can use that to try and kick someone off a tall structure.
I mean, honestly, if they're fighting to the death, that seems like a good just resource for you generally, because they got to get rid of those bodies somehow.
Mm-hmm. And Valanthe knows that the tree sap they took from the skeleton courtiers is valuable to a certain entity. This entity is willing to reveal secret lore for the tree sap, but of course, this entity is not in the city. You'll have to delve down in order to reach this entity. And finally, Outis Phyz, after coming out of the sanctuary, you think you've found out a new way to learn something about the cult without them knowing about it. An experiment in disorder, but it'll be weird and dangerous and have to involve looking at yourself, looking inward, within. So
if I can just turn my eyeballs 180 degrees.
Yeah, is that how it works? I'll let you decide. It has to be weird and dangerous. The first idea that came to me was actually, well, you just need to grow eyes on the inside of your brain.
Isn't that a Bloodborne thing? Are we being too on the nose?
I'm very original. I don't know what you're talking about.
Original madness. Do not steal.
Yeah.
Throughout this whole discussion, I am just picturing breakfast in like the dining room in the house, and all of us just talking this over while somebody is just buttering scones.
Mm-hmm.
And just handing them out. Dibs.
Probably Rakk. I imagine Rakk is also a good baker as well as a butcher.
Oh yeah. I'm a culinary delight.
Yeah, meat pies are his specialty.
Mm-hmm. Very good, very good. So, I'll lead. This is a campaign where you all get to steer it just as much as I do. So, let's see here. Have a cocktail fighting move named after you. Okay. All right. I like that.
Have a cocktail and a fighting move, or is that an or?
Or.
Yeah. Well,
honestly, I'm really hoping for cocktail.
Well, that's up. I mean, really, it's something. It's not you. Waiting for that to accidentally happen may take a while.
I'm gonna make that shit happen.
All right. Well, out of all the leads I've presented you, you did do Garahan's quest last time, so we should probably focus on someone else's, or we could try and dovetail multiple leads into one.
We sure could.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple of those that just, they just play together so well, do they not?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, the tower is howling to me.
I know that.
Okay.
I mean, I gotta say, I've been waiting to see you kick someone off a building for a little while now.
It'll be fun. It'll be team building exercise. It'll be like a reverse trust fall.
Yeah, I mean, I've been, jailbreaking my brain a little bit, and you guys went and did crab stuff. So I feel like blowing off some steam at a high-rise underground fight club. That seems like a good opening gambit to me. So.
It really does, doesn't it? And
you can meet all sorts of people at a high-rise underground fight club. Like maybe we will.
So tell me more about this brain jailbreaking.
I go in the room and do sanctuary things to my brain.
Does it hurt?
Well, I mean, that is the reason why it sort of hurt. Like, depends on the kind of hurt. Like, not as much physically. Like the limp, that's not from the room. That's from when we fought the robot thing to death. But all the other stuff that I've been sort of healing from is mostly room related. So I'm going to go with kind of.
Well, you do know
that was a long answer to that question.
Oh
well, Outis, my friend,
yes,
you do know that I actually did go to school for this. I am a gifted surgeon.
You know meat stuff, right?
Yes, I do know meat stuff. The putting meat together stuff.
Oh, okay.
Not the cooking the meat stuff, but the putting it back together stuff. There's a slight difference between the two skill sets, although they do tend to dovetail quite a bit.
I mean, I gotta say, I do not like having my leg messed up. If you can do something about that, I will definitely owe you one.
Oh, I can easily. Yes, we can fix that. But
if it's permanently broken, I can take the leg and make something out of it.
Well, look, if anyone's going to try and make something out of the leg, I got some new skills I want to practice. I'm going to put an internal combustion engine in there and see what happens. But I think we can fix it.
Well, I mean, I can make a dinner out of it.
We'll call that Plan X.
All right. So it sounds like the Fight Club is very interesting to Rakk.
I'm certainly voting Fight Club. That sounds fun as hell.
All right. You can certainly all find something of interest there, too. Perhaps place your own bets or rig the fights or make connections with other factions. So, the tower.
Also, I just like saying high-rise underground fight club.
The high-rise underground fight club.
Just roll right off the tongue, does it not?
Right?
Yeah. So the tower is called Garrett's Folly because it was owned by a rich man named Garrett. It was built by him. He planned.
Well, that was his first mistake.
That was his first mistake. He built it. He chose to build down here a grand, tall tower to dominate the city. Unfortunately, he made a lot more enemies than allies, and he was found.
Yeah, dude, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah, he thought with his money and wealth, he was a high elf. Thought with his money and wealth, he could conquer the city, and it conquered him.
So you're saying he's a high elf brought low?
Yes, in this tall tower. The tower itself is crumbling, seemingly leaning a little bit, but it is
It adds to the charm.
Somehow survived
Jaunty.
for quite some time. Yeah. Some people think it'll be the last building to fall in the city whenever that happens. So
I mean, if enough people think that just kind of happens around here. So yeah, probably.
So the group that holds this, of course, the hounds, the law of Derelictus, do not turn the other eye, but you have to be a little discreet about this fight club. So the hounds,
I'm guessing standard Fight Club rules apply.
Well, it has its own sort of rules.
No, you actually have to spread flyers around for Fight Club. You gotta do some street team shit in order to get in.
Yeah.
Like, tell everyone about Fight Club.
It's held. The group is actually got a very nice name: the Society for the Advancement of Pugilistic Science. And not all the matches are to the death. In fact, you actually have to prove you're worthy of a death match, because if they just they used to make them all death fights, but then they'd run out of fighters, or one fighter would get good and then only the truly desperate and pathetic would fight against them. And no one wants to see a one-sided fight. They want to see the society wants to see interesting fights. So
the Society for the Advancement of Pugilistic Science. So SAPS.
SAPS, you're right. They are the SAPS. So
I
this
definitely approve of this.
Yes. So the SAPs really like gimmick fights. Tying everyone, both fighters tying their wrists together and then stabbing each other's knives. That's a good start.
Everybody loves that.
Yeah. Fights with unusual conditions or parameters. Fights on a tightrope over the void from one a tightrope from the tower to a nearby building, for example, or fights where you're hanging from your ankles, swinging as you have a second, literally push you to swing into your enemies. Any kind of
all weapons are folding chairs.
Yes, that was a good night. Many backs were broken. So if you want to get to the top of the tower, you have to win at least 2 fights. And each fight has to be more interesting than the last. The first fight can just be a basic unarmed fight, or even just a single weapon fight. You get to choose. And then your second fight, you need to propose some sort of gimmick. And if you can't think of one, your opponent may come up with some gimmicks. You both have to accept the gimmick, and then you fight. And then the third fight will be on the top of the tower, where it's actually too dangerous for the audience, so they use a very complex mirrors reflective system so they can watch from the floor below in safety. But it's top of a tower, and you can really kick someone off the edge. Yeah. So, but you first have to get in the door. The sap at the door sap is
okay. So I think we can all agree: facility licensed to kill, slappers only. Is that what we're
something like that?
I've got a thought in mind for the actual gimmick of the fight itself. The one that the secondary fight, after he just rips the first guy in half with his body. Okay, hear me out. Grievous harm with a body. You have to land all of your hits using an actual corpse as a bludgeon.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, you'll have to win that first fight before you can find out who your opponent will be for the second fight, and then you'll have to get them to accept that condition. Certainly of course, you might also have to ask what corpse are we talking about? Where are we getting these corpses from? So,
you want a corpse? I can get your corpse.
Dabbers, cudgels.
You don't want to know.
No.
Hell, I get you a corpse at 3:00 this afternoon with nail polish.
All right. So the 4 of you head out to Garrett's Folly, and
do we have to do like a roll or anything to get rid of my limping, or is that just a thing you can declare?
You can just, if you have the resource, you just spend. Oh no, you wanted Valanthe to heal you, right?
Yeah, Valanthe.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's a mending roll, right?
Yeah. Well, do you have a special ability that lets you remove fallout?
I do believe that's part of it. Yeah. Hang on.
Okay. Because normally, using the mending, because technically anyone can use mending. Mending by default only removes stress. You have to have a special ability that lets you remove fallout. Fallout and stress are different than each other.
If not, I don't know if this counts, but I did just pick up a thing that lets me once per session fix something or someone, if in a matter of seconds, even if it would usually take hours of careful work.
Mm-hmm.
But I can only do that once. And I feel like wasting that on myself at the beginning would be silly.
Or
if that is what that means.
Yeah. If you just have the mending skill, that's not the same as being able to remove fallout.
Yeah, I'll just keep limping for a while.
Hang on, I'm still looking. It's taking me a moment to
Gotcha.
find the thing.
I wish I had the physical book. PDF is lovely, but it takes too much time.
Well, you can search for words like Fallout.
PDFs
Yeah, but that word comes up a lot.
It actually only comes
what
up.
about New Vegas?
I think that's about getting.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot here.
So many words. But,
more details on page 77. Okay.
But while we're walking, traveling,
We're walking.
I'm going to just, let's see. Okay, I can remove stress, but I cannot remove fallout.
Yeah, I think there's special abilities that do this.
Yeah, can't be removed by player characters without the use of special abilities. Okay. The more you know.
Mm-hmm. Like, I know Rakk has a thing that lets him remove fallout by eating something.
Nom nom nom.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what I do.
It is what you do. Let's see here.
That's all right. I'll be bait. Besides, I also have collateral where once per session, I can just jump behind one of you and you can take the hit.
Yeah.
that just sounds like good business.
Yeah, right? Yeah, it'd be fine. Anyway, onward to the murder.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, so when you get to the Garrett's Folly, there's a door sap, a very large imposing doorman, human, a brutish hulk of a man, many scars on his very well-muscled arms, and he's wearing like a butler suit, but with the sleeves ripped off. And he has got
Caleb?
He's got several weapons on his hand, and there is a bell above his head that he can reach if there is more than what he can handle. But he nods at certain people going in. He just sort of shakes his head at other people, and they meekly walk away. So he sees the four of you, and he looks straight at Rakk like, you wanted to fight, huh?
Do I wear it? Is it just on my face or something? Yes, that is exactly what I want to do.
Well, we have tryouts first before you can be. We don't let anyone in through the door. You look the part, but you live the part. If you want to,
I eat people.
Well, so you can try to make a compel check to just intimidate him into doing this. Or you can, he says, if you want to, by tryout, I mean, I want you to go across the street. There's a pub, and I want you to get, pick someone there and, tell them to step outside, and I'll watch how you do. And if you do well, you're welcome to contend.
Well, that seems easy enough.
I wonder if they have like a branding deal with that bar over there, drive them some extra business while also starting fights.
Or there's a bunch of wretches in our basement. If you want to get if you want to do a bit of pest control, you can get them out. Either way, it's a load off. You either entertain me or do some work for me.
I mean, if you impress the bar people, they might name a drink after you.
I know, and also it's been way too long since I've been to a bar.
Oh yeah.
And I'll let your
Don't you
little
remember
entourage
the
come in
last
too. Yeah.
Not really. I think I blacked out halfway through it.
Well, between dancing on top of the bar, kissing 3 of the bartenders, 2 of them against their will.
Oh, good.
All right.
And throwing 5 different people through 4 different windows. You had a lovely time, but we can never go back there again.
Yeah, we need new places to ruin. Otherwise, it gets stale.
We can't go back to that Applebee's ever again.
Well, they're like, the service there sucked.
That's more of a blessing than it sounds, though.
Also, the giant bees.
The bees.
They brought the bees on themselves.
So if someone was a giant and one of those bee-filled people, would they be filled of giant bees or just more regular-sized bees?
Boy, that's a
question for the ages.
It is a question for the ages. So,
but that does ask us a question that we need to ask, though. Rakk, which of the two do you want to do? Basement duty, or do you want to go into that bar?
I'm already walking into the bar. I don't know what you want.
All right, Garahan, what's the bar called?
The Rusted Intention.
The Rusted Intention. Okay,
Ooh.
I like that. So you step into the Rusted Intention. I assume there are other three of you are following as well.
Yes.
And there it is a hive of scum and villainy, if you've ever seen one. There are clearly tunnel brigands here plotting their next heist or theft or robbery.
This is where we plan our crimes.
Yeah. There are some.
The crime section's over there.
Yeah. There are some heavily ritually scarred and tattooed cultists speaking to robed mysterious people, making deals, trading occult lore for certain valuables. There are clearly well-to-do emissaries of powerful officials putting out contracts, making deals with assassins. It's a pretty dangerous place. It is poorly lit. The bartender there has a bloody billy club just on the counter as he
to mix drinks with.
There's no point even putting it under the counter. He's eyeing two people in particular who are you're not sure if they're flirting or they're about to kill each other. But there's a lot of low talk, and they're clearly
either one could be fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to wave at the maitre d' real quick and just let him know. Yes, 3 ass beating section. We're going to be watching Outis. Outis.
What? Yeah.
All right. I'm looking at that guy over there. What do you think? Does he look like a bleeder? Let's assess the fighters in the room.
Ooh, yeah. Actually, I
yeah, you can both make it discern
checks. We roll discern to see who's going to be more interesting as an opponent for Tom to beat the shit out of.
Sure. This definitely warrants for the domain.
Unfortunately, I only have discern.
I can make that roll.
Yeah, well, everyone can make the roll. Like, it's just how many dice you get. And this is a gathering information check, so there's no penalty for failure. You just don't figure shit out. So you just need at least a 6.
Ooh, got an 8.
Okay.
Critical success.
Okay. Yeah. All right, Garahan. What is your criteria for the perfect fighter?
The criteria that I'm looking at, so somebody who obviously is quick, who looks like they can maneuver around a lot of fights, because honestly, you can hit hard, but if you're not avoiding it, that's the biggest problem. So somebody who looks like somebody who everybody is avoiding, but that's doesn't immediately look dangerous.
Okay. Yeah, there's a one of the people you peg as an assassin is currently taking a contract or about done with their deal, but they seem they're very slim, but you can tell that their clothes are padded and armored, but made to move silently and without hindrance. And there's just you see a lot of sheaths and the outlines of concealed weapons with your critical roll. Your discerning eye as a master of technology and weapons.
Would you say he's eyeballing a fella?
He is eyeballing a fella. Oh, riffs. So that dude is very fast and very very, very good at placing sharp metal in between ribs. Yeah. So that would be that's the person you think Rakk should pick a fight with. Sounds like. So Rakk, who else made a discern check?
Go get him.
I got an 8.
Okay. Do you want to pick another candidate, or do you want to get more information about the one that Garahan.
I actually want to look for who will fall the loudest. Like, who's going to embarrass themselves by not knowing when to quit, and that Rakk can just make a meal out of, metaphorically, probably.
Oh, okay. There's actually another gnoll there, who is extremely... the gnoll has not been on the hunt for a while. Lots of muscle, but also lots of fat. Just like an enormous, like, a mound of flesh that moves around. So it looks like he would hit like a truck with his like basically a war club with a bunch of broken and rusty metal embedded in it.
Look, tetanus is not that big a deal.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So it's going to hurt a lot if he actually connects, but that's if he actually connects. So he is, and he's very drunk and very boisterous. But no one, also, it may be a challenge to get him out. He would be hard to convince him to actually step outside. He would probably, you would have to lure him out. But he would be an easy, well, you aren't looking at the other guy. So, Valanthe, you see the people that I told you about earlier. But you don't really notice anyone that would fit the criteria you're looking for, whatever that is. But Rakk, your friends point out those two candidates. It's your choice.
Rakk, which one would you like us to help you get the attention of? Honey, sweetie, murdery.
Are you trying to tell me that you love me?
Look, we're all friends here.
Okay.
What makes you think that I don't?
Oh, I suspected. But let's see. Him or him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Big punchy guy or little quick guy?
Mm-hmm.
Covered in knives.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know
sure,
what
I would go with covered in knives. I mean, he is definitely festooned with them. They're everywhere, but...
Yeah, like bedazzling, but with pointy things.
Yeah.
I mean, I can certainly enrage the big guy easier.
It seems.
But the question is,
if we want to make this legit, you can't be the one to do the enraging.
I mean, the tour guide made no such clarification.
Yeah.
He just wants to see Rakk fight. So you just have to get somebody out in the streets and fight them.
I think I'm going to go for the big guy.
Okay.
All right. Let me do this for you, okay?
Well,
please.
Is this important to you?
It is.
I'm gonna hug him. Like, all right, you go do the thing you want to do.
All right. So Valanthe, what do you? How are you approaching this gnoll? Yeah, your gnoll butcher.
So I am going to use the compel skill.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I am going to walk right over to the gnoll, picking up a drink along the way. I'm going to throw it directly into his face, and I am going to scream, "How dare you! I gave you the best night of my life, and you couldn't even return a single crow? Get back, get in the street right now!"
All right, I'll give you a mastery.
This isn't over.
I'll give you a bonus die, mastery die for this. He is very easy to enrage, especially like that. He doesn't like anyone causing a scene.
Oh, I was going to order a drink, but I guess we're going straight to the main course.
Wait, yeah, I'll say by the time you get your drink, that you just turn around and see Valanthe do that. So what kind of drink did you get, Outis?
I mean, I'm going to assume that they don't exactly have a complicated tap system. So I'm going to go with whatever is cheap. Okay.
All right. They have grog. So it is chunky, and alcoholic. So
excellent.
Yeah.
All right.
So
I thought about ordering pulp free, but I feel like they would take offense.
Yeah, they don't have pulp free.
Oh, very much so.
This is not. It's not just a drink. It's dinner. So. Yep.
How dare you order it without the?
It's got all the fiber you need from a beer.
So Valanthe, you step up, you do just that. You throw the drink in his face. You make a very public declaration, and the butcher looks at you, absolutely confused, into silence as the gears slowly begin to grind in his cavernous head. But slowly but surely, like a rock at the top of a mountain becoming an avalanche, he begins to move, and he's picking up speed. He is pushing himself away from the table, reaching over for his war club, and he begins winding up to just beat you like a nail into a plank into the floor. So, at what point do you move, or do you act, or yeah? He is very slow and yeah, very.
I would say about 3 seconds after I am certain that he got the point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to just outside, point at the door, and just walk away.
Okay, you're not.
I know it's going to take him a second to register all of the things, and I am expecting that the outside comment is going to be enough for me to get through the door first.
You're gonna have to make an evade check if you want to do that. If you, yeah, you're not walking is not gonna. He is once he starts slow, but he picks up speed, and then he's like an avalanche. So yeah, you basically well, unless Rakk wants to interfere at some point, since he's focused on Valanthe. What is your game plan, Rakk?
Actually, while that's going down, I'm actually just for the future, I'm gonna order like some actual like kind of like fruit type drink,
Okay.
and just to have with me, like this is for later.
Okay. The high elf tears is their fanciest drink. It's fruit juice and filtered grog. Yeah.
Like garnish it with something flashy.
Okay. So the bartender's working on that. So when are you going to intercede before make your opening move on the butcher?
Like are they going to get outside?
It doesn't look like it looks like he's going to be able to hit Valanthe before Valanthe can get outside unless you intercede. He is he picked up once he picks up speed, he's very fast. Yeah.
Okay, I'm actually going to take the fruit drink to Outis. Like, here, hold this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my hands are full now. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to pick up a table.
Mm-hmm.
Come behind him. It's like yes, like hi, I am his official complaint taker, and then smash him in a way that knocks him out the bar.
Okay. There is a convenient window. If you succeed on this, you will both go through the front window. Which is very dramatic for sure. So go ahead and roll.
Fenestration. That's a new one.
Yeah. I mean, this is a ground floor bar. Yeah. I'll give you mastery for this one, so you get a bonus die. Because you are basically sneak attacking him, and yeah, as long as you at least get a partial success, you will protect Valanthe.
Oh fuck yes.
Yeah, you sure do. So go and roll d6 for the amount of damage you inflict on him, because the table is not like it's a decent weapon.
That's one.
Yeah,
no, it's to get him out the door.
Yeah,
that's what it's for.
So yeah, you inflict 1 stress on him. You go through the window. You don't take any damage. You land on your feet. He's on the ground, scrabbling to get up. He is fully enraged now, and now you just gotta kick this guy's ass. So you can attack again. This time it'll be a stand-up fight, though.
All right, then let's do it.
All right,
get him.
Unfortunately, he that does not hit, so he will inflict stress on you. He is actually going to headbutt you as he stands up, or actually he's just going to like gut punch you. So it's only going to be D4. So he inflicts 2 blood stress on you, and let's see. Everyone's stress should be 0 because you've had time to rest on Derelictus. Yeah. So you're fine. No fallout yet. So
Just say like you like You hit like a pup.
Now, all of you can take a support action to help him or you can also give him a bonus die to assist him by sort of like yelling encouragements or
pissing him off even more.
Yeah, pissing him off. The thing is, if you one of you helps in the fight, you'll also take whatever stress Rakk takes. That's the price of assistance. So, does anybody want to assist?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, how are you assisting?
Taunting.
Okay.
I'm going to continue to yell from the sidelines, make compel rolls to throw the gnoll off of his game, and just continue to insult his performance in that night that never actually happened.
All right. Very good. So you get a bonus die, Tom.
All right.
All right.
Critical.
Yep, critical success. So you can. What weapon are you using? You can punch with a D4, or you can. He's using his weapon. He's going to try and kill you. So.
I'll use.
Yeah.
I briefly forget what weapon I have. Hang on.
I think you have the heavy draw bow, because that's what you used in the first fight. So unless you got another one, oh no, you also have a hunting knife, so you can use the hunting knife.
Hunting knife.
All right, so you can either roll 2d6 or 1d6 times 2.
2d6.
All right. Oh no, it's actually increase outgoing stress type by 1 step, so it's a D8. Sorry.
All right, I'll try that again.
Yeah, that was my bad. I'll let you pick either. Ooh, okay, yeah. 7. That's enough to end the fight in your favor.
I'm not even going to stab him. I'm just like switch it to the hilt and just get him right in the throat, so I have to knock all the wind out of him.
Yeah,
there we go.
All right, so he's down on the ground. He's down and out, gasping for air.
I'm trying to Outis take the drink from him that I got.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Yeah,
here. You've clearly stopped hunting, so you're nothing good for but taking care of pups. Here's a fruity drink for you. I just pour it on him.
Ooh, huge diss. So yeah.
It smells nice.
Yeah. If you want, give me. I know you don't have compel, but you can still roll a D10. So go ahead and give me a compel
for sick burn.
Yeah. Let's see how legendary this move is, Tom.
It's a 4.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, it was still a sick burn. So the doorman is very impressed.
By the way, is he out?
Yeah.
Then I'm also and I just cut a finger off. I'm also taking this.
All right.
Then should have done that. Yeah. Should have done that before the insult. Maybe you would have got a bonus.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna walk up to the guard and just casually start eating the finger. How was that?
Good enough. Welcome to the Society of the Advancement of Pugilistic Science.
It's a pleasure.
All right, so you have all entered the Garrett's Folly, the tower, to the first level of the fight club of the Society of Advancement of Pugilistic Science. There is a main ring. There are people milling about, taking bets, bookies, and there are, of course, several fighters. There is a drow woman. She is the promoter. Let's see here. Let's give her a name. Humans. Sorry, I'm looking up example names. Therese. Therese is the fight promoter. Where's that? So, you'll need to talk to her, Rakk, if you want to get your fight, first fight.
Get my fight on.
So yeah, I assume so you walk up to her, and you introduce yourself.
It's like, hi, I understand this is who I need to talk to kill some people, eventually.
Yeah, we don't do death fights until you've gotten at least a couple of their fights out of you because, well,
it's good business. I understand.
Well, it's hard to
liability reasons.
Yeah, attrition is a well, not even. It's just attrition. We if we kill them off too fast, we don't have enough fights for the night's entertainment.
Well, it's like any hunter. It's like any hunter. Don't deplete your stock.
Mm-hmm.
It's also hard to advance the pugilistic science when the people trying to do so keep becoming corpses.
Mm-hmm. So these fights on this level are pretty straight up fights. The main choice is whether you want to go in unarmed or with a weapon. If you go in with a weapon, it has to be no bows, no throwing weapons, no guns. It has to be up close and personal. We don't have. If you notice, we don't exactly have walls to protect the audience from stray shots.
Yeah, sounds good. Good.
So we have some weapon. If you want to use a weapon, you can use your own. Your opponent gets the right to inspect it, or you can choose one of the house weapons. And they're, depends on, and then in terms of fighting, you look like you can handle yourself, and you definitely already have some fresh blood on you.
Oh yeah, you got a little, like, I'm pointing at the corner of my mouth, talking to Rakk. You got like a little thing.
You have red on you.
Yeah. There's a. We have two. Well. I know someone like you. I know we have another new person tonight. A high elf fencer. He's gonna want to.
Okay, but how does he fight?
With a sword?
I thought you meant someone who builds fences.
Oh yeah, no, he has.
Or does he sell stolen goods?
He's very fast and he's got a very long blade.
Ooh, yeah, good fencers make good neighbors.
Mm-hmm. So
Rakk, you can take on a skinny little twink of an elf who happens to have a knitting needle that happens to be a little bit sharpened. It'll take you all of 2 minutes to just beat this chump down and pick your teeth with his knitting needle.
Now, come on now. I take any opponent seriously. Even a skinny elf can approve themselves. So I will... I'll not insult them until I've beaten them to a
fencers are sometimes the most dangerous twink.
There's also, to be honest, we sometimes make allowances even on this level, which is there are these two brothers who only fight together. They're kind of, he points to two humans off in the corner. They're both pretty skinny and, like not a lot of muscle on them. And they have very large knives, actually pretty hunting knives similar to yours. So if you want to fight them now, to make it fair for you, they'll tie one of their wrists together to each other so they can't flank you. But you'll still be dealing with two men with knives, or you could deal with a high elf fencer, you can look around. Yeah,
if you knock one of them out, suddenly they are weighed down by an unconscious body.
Yeah,
that would be pretty funny.
I could just let a coin toss decide.
Yeah, if you just want to roll a d10 and say odds are high elf and evens are the brothers.
Sounds good. Let's do that.
All right,
brothers, it is.
All right, so you go to them. And they're like, I'm Malkin, I'm Falcon, we're brothers, and we fight. And,
actually, that's delightful. Is that all you do?
Well, we steal, too, but not into the city, because that's illegal.
Are those stage names, or did your parents actually give you rhyming names?
That's fighting words. We're fighting brothers. We fight people who insult us, but we'll fight your boy here, and we'll kick his teeth out.
I didn't mean to be insulting. I was just curious.
Yeah.
He asked a simple question, like, why would your parents give you those specific names? We're just asking, are those stage names?
It's cool if it's for hype. Like, we're here to see the show. Like, I'm not gonna break kayfabe. I'm a professional.
I'm actually going. It's like, hey, you know what? Those sound like wonderful names. Mm-hmm. It'll be very fun to fight both of you.
All right, so
we're all professionals here. We don't need this to be about like spite.
Mm-hmm. So
I could select a weapon.
Yeah, if you don't want to use the knives, your own knife.
I think I have an idea of what I want to use.
Okay, well you have to a house weapon, so you don't get I can give you the of what they have available.
Well, is there anything kind of like a cleaver, like a meat cleaver?
Yeah, there is. It's going to be. I'll say it's brutal but unreliable. So it's gone through a lot. So brutal means you get to roll 2d6 and pick the higher of the two, I believe. But unreliable means if you fail, it breaks. If you fail a check, so
Fine. Because also there's one more thing. I want to get a black leather apron. I'm the butcher.
Ooh. Oh, you're the new butcher. I see. Okay. Yeah. So if the first time you fail your check, your cleaver will break, and that's you're only allowed to take one weapon in.
It's fine.
Okay.
He's butcher and baker in one. If we can teach him how to make candlesticks, we'll have the whole spread.
Okay.
Legend.
So the fight is until either the conditions in the fight are one, the either fighter calls or surrenders. Two, any of the fighters get seriously injured, but not dead. Or three, the ref calls it because it's very one-sided, or the fight stops for whatever reason, and four, there is an hourglass. So it is a short fight, or at least there's an hourglass, and it'll go 3 rounds. So 3 1-minute rounds. Because again, this is literally a knife fight, so they don't expect it to last too long. Yeah. So while this is all going on, all of you can either do actions to help Rakk, or you could network to try and find connections. You could pickpocket the crowd. You could discern things to figure shit out. You could cheat in try and help and maybe try and mend the cleaver so it's not unreliable. There's a tape it up and all that shit. There's a lot of things you can try. So Garahan.
Ooh, I know how to mend technology now.
You do. But first off, Garahan, is there anything while you're milling about the first level of the Garrett's Folly, you can examine the building itself if you want to. You could discern that, or what do you want to do?
I was going to discern to see what advantages we can give Rakk, but
you could do that.
I'll just do that.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
all right. If you want.
Is this still considered warrants?
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing, unfortunately. Sorry. Apparently too enamored with thoughts of the vending machine.
No, actually, I'll give you something for free. So if you're looking for ways to help Rakk, you don't have to make a check to realize there are vendors here. They don't have in fact, they do not have a prohibition against performance enhancing potions and fungi and other such things. Also there are various experts who can promise to cast rituals on you. That's also so if you have resources, you could try to get one of their services to help Rakk.
Or you can just go up to someone and be like, "Potion seller, give me your strongest potions."
High price.
Yeah. So do you want to check them out?
Yeah, we can see. Although I only have the 1d4 relic at this point left over from my left over from what we had. So unless I don't know if that will be enough, unless somebody else wants to donate to the pot.
Well, you can see what you can get for a d4. Okay. So there is in fact there is a potion seller. He's like, well, I do have one thing for that. It's a bit. It's close to expiring. If I don't get rid of it tonight, I'm not gonna do it. It'll just generally enhances combat performance, but at a price of it causes an imbalance in the humors. So if he has a high pain threshold, he should be fine. But yes, it is. Most fighters here try it once.
So that
could also be a poison. Most people only try those once too.
Yeah.
Can I make a discern check to see if it smells like any kind of poison I've encountered along my travels?
It smells like a brand new poison.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Would this count for warrens as well?
Oh yeah. Also, you rolled 3d6 on your previous discern check. I just noticed instead of 3.
I did.
So. Yeah, it's d10s.
Oh. Well, let's just keep it since like
Yeah.
my script will probably make it funnier. So,
Yeah.
Anyway,
But-
so would this be consider warrants too for getting this, or would this be another domain?
No, I'd say everything in here is actually, you know what? If you have curse, that would also work.
Nope, I didn't
right.
have that. So, but
All right.
so just 2d10.
Yeah.
Success at 6.
Okay. It actually will enhance his performance. It will make him faster and stronger temporarily.
No downsides.
Well, no, it's a very obvious downside. He'll have some light seizing. Just
Light
light.
seizures.
Yeah. So, so if he wins the fight quick enough, it'll be fine because he can recover. It won't last too long. He just doesn't want the fight to go on too long because if he seizes during the fight, it's going to be real bad. So, yeah.
I mean, it would be pretty funny if he knocked one of them out, so the other had to drag them around, and then he had a light seizure
Yeah.
while the other one's trying to drag his brother around.
So in terms of exact game mechanics, it'll give him a mastery die on kill. But every round I will roll a d10, and if it hits a certain number, it'll kick in, and that number will get lower and lower. So if I roll if I roll a 10, then it'll kick in, or then next round will be an 8, and then a 6, and then a 4, and then a 2, and then from then on he has to roll a 1 for it not to kick in. So 4 or 5 rounds at most before it goes into a seizure.
Okay. Yeah, I will go ahead and buy that then with my last 1d4 resource.
Okay. So Rakk, you have that potion. And that's what Garahan's been doing. Outis, what are you doing?
Actually, I think I'm going to network a little bit. I'm going to try and make friends with the fight promoter.
Okay. Yeah.
He seems cool.
Yeah, she's eager to, what do you want to talk about?
I'm going to be as strange as possible and go and be like, "Hey, you're a fight promoter. You meet a lot of people. Do most of them seem like they have like full interiority as human beings? You meet a lot of people who do you ever meet anyone who just seems like a golem?"
She kind of actually laughs at that. Yeah, no, it's so she talks shop with you about the complaining about work essentially. So it's yeah, if you want to really ingratiate yourself, you can make a compel check to see how charming you are.
I mean, I have no skills, so I will definitely fail that. But I'll roll a single die. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
All right, come on, purple die. Don't let me down. And holy shit! All right, I'm apparently not a complete trash fire to talk to today.
All right.
Wow.
Congratulations.
All right.
Look, I've been in my nice little sanctuary thing. My thoughts are a little less stitched together out of random impulses faxed to me from a place beyond time. So we're doing all right.
All right. So yeah, you make Therese as a casual acquaintance. Not quite at a friend or relationship level, but yeah, that's something you can pursue and develop that link as time goes on. But yeah, that's what you're doing. You're just talking to Therese, and she tells some funny stories about these knuckleheads in her level. Sure, hers is the sane level because they don't do any of the dumb gimmicks and they don't kill people.
Oh, so she's just a promoter for this level. Like
this level, yeah.
People just work at different levels. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. If you don't move around, she doesn't want to go up to the higher levels. It's too much stress.
That's fair.
Too much drama.
I mean, I feel like people who just seek advancement for advancement's sake usually end up being annoying.
Yeah. So finally, Valanthe, what are you doing while this is going on?
Well,
yeah.
So I think I see a way to satisfy a story beat, terrify or intrigue an NPC with your obsession, but at the same time help Tom, because I'm going to find somebody that looks like they're here a lot, not necessarily the promoter not necessarily the not necessarily the promoter that Outis is talking to, but somebody else that is, obviously staff and here all the freaking time. And just really hype the hell out of Tom.
Okay.
Like, I'm going to talk about how Rakk is one of the most amazing fighters.
Valanthe, the hype man.
Okay. Yeah.
Valanthe the hype man.
Um,
And I'm actually thinking a nice, compelling story. I will talk about the fact that not only is he a butcher, but he is also a baker and makes some of the most. Have you tried these scones? Look, he made these this morning for breakfast. I held on to one. I know that we're not supposed to bring in outside food or drink, but try this.
all right.
Just saying, if we get him to learn more about rendering fat, he can be a candlestick maker. We can do this.
I know we can. Shh, don't tell him that yet.
All right.
Hey, Ross, there cannot be a story beat. I learned to make candles.
No.
Butcher, baker, and candlestick maker.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can go ahead and roll compel to see how good your storytelling is there, Valanthe. You'll get something no matter what, but
Hey, Ross, you're roboting a little bit.
okay. Am I still roboting? Hello.
A little bit.
Okay.
You have become Borg.
You are Borg.
Well, on my end, it's not happening.
Okay,
I'm
you sound better now.
okay.
That's better.
No, you
Yeah.
did.
All right. So, you will take 1d4 fortune stress there, Valanthe, as you do succeed, but at a cost. As essentially, you start talking about Rakk, and then you start talking about him butchering things in the heart. And then you start talking about the heart without realizing it. And you start talking about how the veins sing to you, and the beautiful blood, and it sings, and I shall return there into the heart. And then people all around you have just gone quiet.
It's like the blood that Rakk will spill. The blood of the heart will flow into all things and bind them into the slosh of its being.
Yeah.
The blood of the heart binds us all together, you know. All of us. Whether we want to be bound or not, we are all in a state.
There are no
of
safe
bound.
words from the heart.
There are no safe words from the heart. Yeah, and that's sort of the problem. You kind of pushed your luck, so you actually do fulfill that story beat. But you do take 4 fortune stress, which I just rolled through Fallout, and you do take 1, because I rolled a 1 on the d12. Yep, and let's see here. Yeah, and you just kind of let's see here. All right, I'm gonna say something foreboding. Something bad is about to happen. The building actually trembles a slight bit as you do that, and that's odd. It's not supposed to do that. It's never done that before.
There is clearly no problem here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no problem. Why would there be a problem?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everyone dies.
Yeah. So yeah, something bad is going to happen. As you sing, as you just start composing poems about the blood, off the top of your head, and people back away from you slowly.
Freestyling.
Yeah.
About the heart blood.
Yeah. So I'll say Falcon and Malkin did get some of that, hear some of that. So, Rakk, if you can taunt them talking about blood, I'm going to say that you can let's see here, inflict additional dice.
The grass grow.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes the grass grow into unnatural shapes that then grow in the cracks of your mind.
Yeah. So once this fight, if you start talking about blood, Rakk, I'll say in the next hit you do will inflict 1 higher step of stress. So okay, so the fight begins, and it is a unceremonious fight, or well, it's not even an arena. It's more of just like a long arena. Well, yeah, long yard, whatever you want to say. It is
a little indoor courtyard.
Yeah, basically. It's actually, I'm picturing kind of like the one in Bloodsport, the Jean-Claude Van Damme classic film.
You pulling a JCVD reference?
Yeah,
what?
I know. So both Falcon and Malkin are their left and right wrists are tied together, leaving their outer arms each holding a knife. And they've perfected this fighting style, so they're not at a penalty. It certainly doesn't give them an advantage. except that there's two of them. And you have your big cleaver, your big unreliable brutal cleaver. And how do you start? And are you taking the potion now?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
All right. You can take it at any time. It's in a sturdy little container, and it's like the size. It's a very small vial. Yeah. How do you open the fight there, Rakk?
Just gotta look at the two of them. Just look at the two of them, like the cleaver. Like, look at you, like 2 baby back ribs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just like allow me to separate you two. And I go after them with the cleaver.
All right. So you wade in as they both raise their knives to meet you in battle. Go ahead and roll kill.
Yep.
All right. That is a success, but you also take outgoing stress. So weirdly enough, in a knife fight, both of you get stabbed.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So go ahead. You will take 1d6, and you will inflict 1d6. Oh yeah, they actually get to. They have. Well, you get brutal on yours.
Yeah, so it's 2d6.
Yeah, you get 2d6. You pick the highest one. They inflict 2 on you.
I inflict 5.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've heavily cut into them. How much blood stress do you have right now? You took some from the first fight.
4 right now.
Okay. 4.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
So let's see here. You are also bleeding. So you have the condition bleeding again. Because knife fights.
Are they?
No.
At least are they bleeding? At least.
They've taken stress. They don't take fallout like you do. NPCs don't. But you've cut it. You slash across both of them, and they are heavily wounded. But you did a wide swoop, slashing into their chests and stagger them. They both nick you with their knives. You are able to twist and dodge, so you take less damage. So yeah, you can go again. You can announce talk about blood to do more damage if you hit. Or
Oh yeah, because you're bleeding now. Use it as a prop.
Yeah, actually, I'm actually gonna take some of the blood that's on.
Mhm.
Take some of the blood, like you ever think about all that liquid red inside of you? like what secrets are they whispering to each other?
okay.
And then I'm just gonna wipe my own blood across my face.
Unleash the sauce of life.
All right. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Let secrets out of their veins.
All right.
Sick.
Yep. It is a 6. So again, you can roll 2d6 with the amount of stress you inflict, and they'll hit you back.
That's
Boo.
They're still up. They had 8 total, so they have 1 resistance left. But they only inflict 1 onto you as they nick you. So let's see if that inflicts.
Oh, and since he took fallout, that takes him back to 1, right?
Yeah, so you're at 1 blood stress right now. And so yeah, you are the fight continues. Oh wait, no, because you invoked blood, it's actually 2d8. So go ahead and re-roll that. Because it goes up by 1 die type. That's what I said the special thing was.
How about 8?
Oh shit.
Yep. All right. So you succeed, and you cut them down. They're barely hanging on. Medics come out because again they want fighters to come back and fight again because that's more profitable than just having everyone die. But as you do that, there is a rumble in the building, and then the floor caves in as a wall of a tower of flesh and veins bursts out from the basement and starts spraying the entire hall with blood. The building shakes a bit, but yeah, people are sliding into the basement below.
Nope.
And Outis, Therese is sliding down. Will you try and catch and save her?
I definitely will, but I will probably fail because I'm shit at this. What would that be?
Delve or evade, I would allow.
Ooh, I can do evade.
All right.
All right, so that would be 7 and 8.
All right, with an 8, you succeed without taking stress. Rakk, are you going to try and save everybody, or focus on saving yourself? Or
I'll try to save some other people.
All right, go that same thing. Delve or evade are the best skills. You can also use endure.
I now have delve because of my new ability.
Good.
Nice.
8.
All right, you also save Falcon and Malkin, or you save Malkin, who the unconscious Falcon is tied to. So you're safe.
Come on, hold on, you had a good fight. Let's not end it now.
So yeah, you save them. Valanthe, the heart is singing to you. Yeah. So the foreboding is no longer a fallout for you, as it happened.
There you go.
Yeah.
See?
So you can try and save people. You could try to get closer to the tower of flesh and veins. Or you could go try and climb down in the basement to learn more. Or you could do something else.
Well, I think that this is the perfect time to get close to that tower of flesh, because if I can stop that from punching the rest of the way into Defenestration Point, maybe there will still be a tower.
We do want to be on it. There has to be a building for there to be a roof. That's a good call.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't defenestrate anybody from the ground.
Okay.
So I don't know what the appropriate role would be for that, though.
To get down in the basement, or to get closer. Do you want to get closer to the tower, or to the flesh tower, flesh column? I'll just call it a column because you're in a tower. The flesh column on your level or at its base. I'll say you can go down in the basement for free. There is a staircase leading down. You can just go down there. You did hear that there were wretches in the basement, though. So there's dangerous wildlife there. Although they're probably feasting on the people who fell and are injured down in the basement. But if you want to look at the top of the flesh column, you'll definitely have to make like a delve check or evade.
So would it be a mend roll, maybe, to figure out what is the part of this thing that is going to be the part I need to talk to?
You're going to have to get closer. You have to get closer to do that.
I mean, I would assume it would be discern, wouldn't it?
You know what? Let's basement.
Okay.
Just basement.
So you don't have to make a roll. You're just heading to the basement. Garahan, what about you?
I'm going to go ahead and try to rescue some people. Basically sticking the mage, or not the mage knife, but the sword in the side, and trying to catch others as I'm as they're sliding down using delve.
Mm-hmm. So. Go ahead and make that delve check.
Success at 7.
Okay. You will take stress, though. This will be to blood. People fall on you as you basically you find a nearby rope, use it to help attach yourself there. You swing down and you're basically the floor is pitching downward, kind of like a sand trap, and people are just sliding down, and you're just using the rope to hang it and then throw them back up, because it's enough that you can just toss them back up. But people are just slamming into you, and lots of pointy, broken glass is also falling on you. So it's going to be 1d6 blood, which is 2, which I believe you can protect because
my armor absorbs that completely. So
nice.
So it's 3 of you are saving people, protecting them. And Valanthe is getting to the bottom of this, literally. So you get to the bottom of this, Valanthe. You move forward. You're at the base of the tower. You can see there's a couple people who are not moving. It's hard to tell if they're unconscious or dead. You also hear something eating the sounds of meat being eaten in the darkness off in the corner. And there's some bloody drag marks. Looks like the wretches got at least one person.
Snacking sounds.
Yeah, snacking sounds.
I live with Rakk. I'm sure I know exactly what that noise is.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, if you want to examine the flesh column, go ahead. What skill do you want to use for that?
Well, I figure that domain-wise, it's probably occult.
Yeah, I'd give you
I've
that.
got that domain.
Sure.
I can. Otherwise, it's compel, delve, whatever you want me to do. I'll roll it.
Okay. Probably discern then. Or no, you wanted to mend it, right? You wanted to like stabilize the tower. So
Yes.
yeah, give me mend with occult. Yeah.
Okay, this ought to be good.
If I was not in the midst of saving people, I would definitely help.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, with
Are you kidding? This will draw way more attendees who want to watch the fight around the creepy meat tower.
Okay, so your immediate thing is the stabilizing the tower. This did obviously hurt the tower. It seems like the heart's veins were sort of burrowing themselves into the foundation below this tower. The flesh of the heart expanding. So there's sort of a macro problem, but the immediate problem of fixing Garrett's Folly, you can fix it if you can anchor this. If you can connect this column, the column itself is very sturdy, and so if you connect this column to the tower itself, that'll stabilize it.
That's easily done.
Okay.
All I have to do is just take this vein here and just put it over there, and then this vein over here and put it over there, and then once the blood of the heart is pumping into Garrett's Folly, it's going to turn into a flesh column of its own eventually. But for now,
that could take years.
The other option is to cut it out entirely and use metal to do the same thing. Just get it.
Why would I use metal when there's perfectly good heart flesh right here?
Yeah. So yeah, you just start doing that. And there's no one there to stop you because you're working very fast. Now you don't know. Now, of course, so you're so focused on that, so that's all you're able to do. But you do stabilize it. The building stops shaking as the veins start growing immediately and start hardening, turning into flesh.
Oh no, coronary heart disease.
Yeah, basically.
Coronary artery disease.
Yeah. So yeah, that's weird. But what can you do? At this point, the other three of you have stabilized. Everyone's who's able to be rescued has been rescued. And Therese immediately goes down to the basement to see what the fuck's going on. And
don't worry, our witch friend is down there doing probably very responsible things.
Oh boy, this is
It's fine. Valanthe is very trustworthy, as far as I know.
Yeah, I mean it's kept the tower, and the tower stopped shaking. But then at this point, the promoters from the level 2 and level 3 and the roof come in, and they immediately start huddling with Therese and start arguing with her about things. You can make a discern check to
I got that.
Eve's whisper or eavesdrop. Sorry,
gonna drop the hell out of some eaves.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, 8. I like this purple die. You
all right.
Place of honor.
It's good.
So the main thing is that they're really pissed that instead of cauterizing this or excising the influence of the heart, that they've now made it trying to undo this would be very expensive now.
Could I?
Yeah.
Could I just rudely butt in with an occult compel to explain that this is stabilizing it is way more likely to keep the building from falling over than gutting the thing that is now sort of carrying part of the load?
Yeah, you can try.
All right. Well, I don't have compel, but I do have occult, so 2 dice. Yay. Oh, that is a 5.
All right. I will say you take 1d4 mind stress as you just are met with withering glares, and that's 1. So they're definitely not happy with you, and you just embarrass yourself. But Theory seems to understand your arguments, at least.
Holy shit, I have a self to embarrass.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, they cancel the rest of the fights for tonight, and they'll have to regroup. So, you will be able to fight later on, but unfortunately, they have to rethink about what this one is doing. It seems like you've made some enemies there, Valanthe and Rakk, because they really don't like that you made this decision for them. And as they're quite well
triage.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just have to say it. For saving your lives and keeping you from falling out the side of the tower, you're fucking welcome.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any complaints as far as the way that I did my work, I didn't see yo ass in that basement saving the lives of everybody on those upper floors. So,
ooh,
these are yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you exactly what piece of anatomy you want to kiss, and it's not going to be my heart.
It'll be the predator.
Yeah. Oh no. So so next session you'll be able to do your second fight there. But you have made they'll have to regroup. But you did do that there.
We made an impression, and that's really what counts.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Of all of the ungrateful.
Yeah.
Look, you tried to warn them with your freestyle blood poetry. Like, yeah. I get it. You're just not appreciated in your time.
Yeah.
Some people just have no real appreciation for art.
Yeah.
This is all over. I might see it. I might try to go get a drink with the two brothers after we get patched up.
Oh, sure. Yeah. There's barely a thought between the two of them, but they're happy to drink with another fighter.
No thoughts, head empty, glass full.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's like, hey, yeah, you guys coordinate very well. I'm very impressed.
Well, yeah, it's all special fighting technique. It wows the crowds and wins the day, except when it doesn't.
Hey, you're very marketable.
Yeah, we are. We just don't do that level 2 fighting stuff because it's a bit. We only got the one gimmick, you see, and we can't adapt to other gimmicks, so we stay on level 1.
Advancement is not good in itself. If you have a niche and you're good at it, then that is worthwhile, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or mans.
Yeah.
Both of you. Thumbs up.
It's a wonderful niche you guys are in. I mean, look at you.
Yeah. And Tom, you still have that potion.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah, so you can use that whenever. It will expire soon, though. So
anytime you want to have a seizure, it's right there.
Yeah. Fight real good. So, Garahan, have you figured out what you want to do with the vending machine yet?
So, no,
okay.
I haven't.
Okay. All right. In that case, there's so we can come back to Tom's plot after a bit, but they need some time to regroup. So, Thad, have you thought about what your experiment is?
Yes. I think I'm going to go with my gut instinct instead of your bloodborne nonsense, and have it be that I need to find a way to turn my eyes completely around in my head so that I can view my own brain.
Okay.
Despite the fact that wouldn't physically be what it doesn't matter. It's representative. Probably.
Yeah, it's a metaphysical
something about symbols.
Yeah,
we are all up in your brain.
Yeah.
It triggers a new state of consciousness that will do that. So,
the thing you said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what the narrator said. You guys can't hear him?
Yeah.
The voice of the blood? Yes, I hear it. It's right here in my veins.
Oh, all right.
Over and over and over and
over.
I should probably stop talking about that so that we don't have another one of those things shoot up in our house.
Hey, if you want to check out the quiet room later, it does things. If it gets too loud.
Things, you say?
Yeah, it'll either make it better or worse.
So, in order to do this, though, you need you need surgical tools, which you have available to you, but you need a certain ingredient you realize that will create a salve that will make it reversible, because you don't want to be permanently stuck like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Yeah.
That's what my implanted memories of my mom always told me not to do.
Yeah, you need the essence of mirror spiders. So basically, you need to get a bunch of mirror spiders and distill them into a gel-like substance called essence of mirror spiders. So, mirror spiders are, they are spiders that have mirrors sort of built into them. They're kind of, let's see here. In the dim and distant past of the world, a god fled into the heart, fatally wounded from 1,000 cuts. Shattered and broken, it turned into 1,000 spiders, each with a shard of a mirror on its back in a unique shape. Mm-hmm. These spiders fled through the heart to try and evade capture from the god's enemies. It worked. Spiders were not found. Each is a godling in its own right, and each cultivates a sect of zealously devoted spiders and other lesser insects around itself. They know that they can eat each other to gain power, and they cannot die from old age. The largest and most powerful mirror spider has eaten 70 or so of its skin. It's the size of a dinner plate.
Okay, so since they're shards of gods, does that mean that I can't also try to keep one as a pet?
Well, I mean, you can find a second one, but like you need to definitely kill one in order to.
No, I get that.
Yeah,
that sounds like an immortal pet spider with a mirror in it that like is probably also whispers weird god thoughts. Sounds like a cool thing to be friends with.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I am completely on board with this.
See, Valanthe gets what I'm putting down.
Hey, drow, it's kind of our heritage. You say anything about, there's this weird spider over here. Go on.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll have to find a swarm of them. A cult, essentially, remember, because it makes a cult of regular things. Then find it, and then you need the body reasonably intact. It doesn't have to be alive, although a living mirror spider makes the best essence. And so, so someone with hunt can easily find a haunt of one, but you're talking about something the size of a large insect, not. You're definitely not going to get the one that's the size of a dinner plate. That one's too hard to find.
Yeah, that seems.
Yeah. You could also.
Any of you guys have hunt?
I do.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. Can you help me hunt?
Very good at it.
I would love to help you hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Good, because I'm looking for a magic spider.
I would love to be part of this.
I can't find one right now.
No, you can. It's just you're not going to. Well, there's an abandoned house a couple blocks away that you're sure there's a mirror spider somewhere there. But unfortunately, you do not have a good idea of how to approach it safely. So you know where it is, but I will also tell you for free. Weapon it has. The swarms of spiders that protect it are going to be very hard to hit unless you get a weapon that is good at hitting many insects at once. So,
what about my my air blast?
Mm-hmm.
The thing that I do. Indiscriminate blast of air in the direction of my. So if we could like corral them.
Yeah, if you use yourself as bait, if you're at ground zero, you could one shot them.
Which is good because it only shoots once.
Mm-hmm. So, you'd have to use yourself as bait. Yeah,
that's fine. I can use collateral and get them to bite someone else as I shoot them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's an abandoned house, and it's definitely trying to build power for itself by cultivating a cult of insects and spiders. You've noticed some unusual organized movement of insect swarms in that area. So, but how to find the mirror spider before it finds you?
Say please.
Yeah.
All right.
What attracts them? Do we know?
Yes. You do know they are intelligent. You can talk to them. They are also motivated to hunt down other mirror spiders to absorb their powers. So you could try to put out bait, or a good bait would be like a false lead on the location of another mirror spider.
Why are you raiding my perfume cabinet?
Yeah. So that's the one you know off the top of your head. So Garahan, you could, anyone with mend could forge a document with it. Let's see.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I can mend a cult to write up a fake thing about a mirror spider cult that's building elsewhere.
Yeah, you could do. So the thing that you think of is a dead drop. You get a body, a dead person. You put documents on them saying that they're like an informant for the hounds. The hounds like to get rid of them because, again, they're a threat to their power. Because they're evil. They're immortal spiders that are plotting things. That's just good practice to get rid of them. So you get a dead guy, put the documents in him of like a spy report to the hounds, like, oh, there's a mirror spider over here. And put that body near the house. In fact, fake killing that guy and then run away.
Can I send like a raven or whatever our message delivering system is here to Therese and ask if they have any dead bodies they need cleared out from the collapse earlier?
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll give that to you for free. Yeah. If you could take this guy, he's kind of chewed up.
Oh no, that's perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad to help, and it's not a thing that. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So you plant the lead, and then so you can basically create. The idea is, of course, what that information. What is that? What do you want him to do with this information? Like, you could try and get him to your target mirror spider to go to a certain location. That's probably the
here's what I got. Here's what I got. Okay. The message that he's going to have been killed with is going to be that the other mirror spider that guy works for has been wounded and is like meeting with some mystical healer to mend itself. So the other mirror spider is already weakened.
Oh, very good. Very good. I like that. So
so this guy was so the corpse was going to be one of the sort of guards of this transaction and got
okay. So yeah, where do you want to set up the ambush site then? What kind of place are you looking for?
Did you guys know any good ambush sites?
Our hunters can make a check.
As a matter of fact, Rakk is really good at finding those.
Oh, Rakk, yeah. What do you got, buddy?
Yeah.
All right, I'll see what I can find.
Okay.
No whammies.
I know some things.
Oh, you do know some things. So because it's a spider, it's going to be a place where it's a very open, like bright place with no cover, and very sheer walls, one way in or one way out. So it can't escape. And then ideally, the best thing is to actually not even have to kill it yourself, just to set up a trap with poison gas. That'll kill it. Now you can make a poison gas that won't affect the spider, or just asphyxiate it. You're sure that the spider still breathes, so you can suffocate him. So like an airtight tunnel, and that you can seal off, and then just asphyxiate him. Of such a place. There is a tunnel. The only problem is there's only one problem with it. It's being used. It's an active construction site. So you have to get the workers out. A merchant is trying to build an underground warehouse for his goods and make it airtight so that, the goods don't spoil. So you just have to clear out some guards, and workers, and then set up the trap, and then hope the mirror spider shows up before the next shift does, which is not as hard as you think, because someone's just going to have to take out a couple people, and then another person's going to have to set up the trap. And then you just wait and see if that works. So
okay. You guys want to help me scare away some guards and trap a magic spider?
Did you already make the forging check?
Oh, yeah. No, good.
All right.
Do that.
This will be for the body and for the documents.
Okay. 8. Yes.
Okay. So you
8
get
and 1. So
yeah, you get it, and so the body's ready to be dropped off. You don't have to make a roll for that. Rakk, you can just be like fake stab a corpse and then drop them in an alley.
Oh yeah. I am totally gonna play with the meat.
If it's still there later, you can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
We just need it to be bait until this is done with. Hopefully, that no one will eat it.
Now taking out the guards, that is you can either do it stealth. You could bribe them. You could threaten them. You can make a deal with the merchant. Can we use your warehouse for one night, or how do you want to deal with the guards and secure the site? And then you just have one check for the trap.
All right, what do you guys think?
Is there anything we can bribe them with?
I spent all of the things that I had
left to bribe with.
Yeah.
Aside from my body, of course.
Oh, sorry, Rakk, you did get a D8 Haven resource for winning the fight. I should have.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah. So you can fix, and you also get your bleeding fixed for free.
Yay!
I could seduce them.
You could.
Does anybody else want to seduce them too?
Well, you could just seduce the merchant and do it as a favor. So, yeah.
I mean, I don't really like other people, but
yeah. So Valanthe, who is this merchant who owns the warehouse? I'll let you describe them, whoever they are.
Let's see. I don't know his name off the top of my head, but I can tell you that he's part of House Olverville. He's a old drow.
Mm-hmm.
And he's actually made a small fortune in mushroom mining. Basically, he makes mushroom wine out of the caps of the mushrooms, and there are certain ones that only grow in very moist locations, but it ferments better in an airtight environment.
Okay, all right. So another drow.
So I know more about his wine than I know about him, but he's a fairly milquetoast kind of person. Like, he's forgettable. You meet him, and then within a day, you're like, who?
All right, his name is Darman. Darman, the drow wine merchant. So, go ahead and make a pass at Darman. That would be compel. He's an old decadent wine merchant, so you have to be pretty impressive to catch his eye, so to speak.
Come on.
Well, and I'm actually going to invite him into a lovely parlor along the way. Try to invoke Haven here.
Okay, yeah, you can.
Nice.
All right, with an 8, you manage to win his favor. You have a lovely evening together, and you are able. You just want this minor favor from him, and he is intrigued enough by you to grant the use of his. I mean, there's nothing stored in the place right now. It's still under construction. It is airtight, but yeah. He hasn't quite put the finishing touches on it yet. So, you have the site. Yeah.
And Darman, love, just think of it like this: if my plan succeeds, and I'm not going to tell you exactly what we're doing yet, of course, but if the plan succeeds, that means that all of the wine that ages there is going to pick up a certain eldritch quality to it. It's going to be so much better. It's going to have that tiny little bit of occult flavoring to it, that soupçon of the strange.
So Darman, the wine merchant, has been seduced. You've secured access to the warehouse, and you now just need to set up the trap.
All right, Garanhon, do you want to give me a hand building, I guess, a vacuum pump? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything to make
technology.
Up,
yeah, this is definitely
vacuum pump.
Yeah.
Yes. Because I got mend and technology, and you, I assume, also have technology. So.
I do, so I can at least assist.
Yep. Go and roll.
You can be like a technology team.
Mm-hmm.
And roll this with Maestrory, right? Since he's helping.
Mm-hmm.
Pull out another D10. Big money. Ooh. Okay, we got a 6. That is sadly the highest.
All right. So you both take D4 mind stress as you.
Sorry, buddy.
Basically, building up the vacuum pump, there is a moment when you think, "Oh no, we activated and the door's sealed," but you're able to deactivate it before you both die. But it's a very stressful minute.
I'm really pissed because I rolled my D4 for mind stress and it rolled a 1.
Yeah.
But I want mind stress because if I get over 4, it gives me a bonus.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Damn you, dice.
Yeah.
My D4 usually does not betray me this hard.
So you get both take a mind stress. And
Oh no, wait! You roll stress. Oh, you rolled a 1 anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm still fucked.
Yep.
God damn it.
Let me just roll D12. D12. Oh no. It doesn't matter. You still take mind fallout.
Who does me?
Yeah, you.
Okay. Oh man, that clears my other mind stress. Damn you. What kind of crazy am I going?
Yeah. Let's see here.
We don't
Actually,
like-
you know what? I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna give you another option. I'm gonna Aaron, you're gonna be the one who takes it. So
Okay.
you react in a strange way that weirds out your friends. So how do you react to nearly dying in a trap you made yourself? Unsettle.
Yeah, how are you gonna freak me out?
Yeah, how are you gonna freak out, Outis?
I literally just start assuming I need to delve. That's like that. This is a new entryway into the. That's like into the Vermissian, and I start tunneling. So
You just start banging your head against the floor.
yeah, trying to
Insisting
get
there's a
down or
funnel
anything.
there.
Okay, so this is immediate, so it's resolved immediately. And you take, I'm going to bump that up. You take 3 more mind stress there.
Damn it! I want that mind
No,
stress.
you take it.
Oh, I do.
Yeah. So
Yay.
you're at 4. And you don't take any
Sweet.
fallout. So, yeah. I'm a very nice GM.
Aw, thank you for letting me be crazier.
Everything's wonderful now.
Everything is wonderful. So you're sufficiently. It's such a harrowing experience. You're now sufficiently stressed out that you're better at magic now.
I see things beyond.
So the 4 of you wait in the tunnel outside the warehouse. Or actually in a side tunnel, so that you will not be seen by the insects. And the only way you'll know it's activated is you'll hear a loud 2 sounds. One, the door slamming shut, and then the vacuum pump activating. And then you're supposed to wait a good 2 minutes. Well, you can wait as long as you want. Probably maybe 5 or maybe even a whole hour to make sure that it's there. Or that they're dead. Yeah. So actually, you all start waiting, and you're in the tunnel. You're in the stone tunnel that's very smooth and engineered precisely. You're behind a large crate, all just kind of huddled there, being very quiet. You can everyone can make a discern check to see if they hear the swarm approaching.
Okay. Just straight discern?
Yeah. I would say this place is pretty
Would we assume desolate or Warren as far as location?
I'm gonna say Warren.
I mean, neither helps me, but it might help someone else.
Warren or technology.
Ooh,
I
do have technology. Sweet.
It's a pretty precisely engineered space.
Ooh, 10.
Okay.
Wow, red die, you usually
got
betray
8.
me.
Okay. So those of you who
9.
make it, you actually do hear the insects. Just a very faint skittering sound, but amplified by the echo of these stone corridors. It is so you're huddled there in the absolute darkness. There are some lights, just safety lights that run 24/7. But you're in a very darkened space, and so you look at each other, and you can hear the skittering, and then you hear a slightly louder skittering, and kind of the sound of like glass clanking against glass, or perhaps mirror shards clanking against mirror shards. And then you hear the door slam, and then you hear the vacuum pump, and then because you all made it, you hear the sound, the very, very faint sound of like very, very tiny jaws and mandibles working on the door. So
Hold the door!
So you realize that not the entire swarm was not in the room when the trap activated. Some of the swarm is outside.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go protect that door.
All right, so you go over, and you can see the swarm. The mirror spider is not in it, so he must be in the trap. He must be suffocating as you speak. But these are very determined insects, and they will undoubtedly be able to cut a small enough hole to let air in, unless you stop them, without damaging the door that they are in front of. So,
all right,
you'll have to be very careful with your attacks. Now, you, of course, have your wind, so that will definitely not damage the door.
Sweet.
Yeah, and I will say it goes up a die step because it is a perfect weapon to use against insects.
And speaking of perfect weapons to use against insects, I would like to point out that my true form is spider.
Oh, neat.
So that is kind of, also tailor-made for hunting insects. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Excellent.
So I'm going to go stealthy and just sneak attack as many bugs as I can.
Well, let's let Outis let off his one spell first. We'll see how much that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is one of the ones that's a minor that branches off of my major ability. Do I need to activate my major before I can use it, or?
Let me.
I don't actually know how that logic goes.
Yeah,
because it's off of Frenzy of the Sky Court, but it doesn't. At least its description just says you are able to summon an indiscriminate blast of air in the direction of your choice. As opposed to the other one, which does say that it is only active when Frenzy is.
The spell functions as a weapon, so it's a kill D4 spread, debilitating one-shot weapon. So I would say you're rolling. So this is a direction. Okay, so it works as a weapon. I'll just say you can roll evade, kill plus occult to use this instead of evade, but that's what it'll do. So yeah, it's just a one-shot weapon.
Okay. I will do that then.
So you're rolling kill plus occult.
Yeah, I actually don't have kill normally unless it's one that I choose for my temporary skill thing. But I do have mastery since I'm crazy right now, so that'll give me 3 dice.
Okay.
And did you say is it upgraded from D4? Is that what
the because it's a perfect weapon to use against the swarm.
Okay, that doesn't matter unless I hit. So. Come on, dice. 3, 7, 4. So it looks like 7 is my go-to.
Okay. So you both inflict stress on each other. So go ahead and roll in D6. They do not get protection because your weapon bypasses it because of they basically have protection 4 against everything that is a piercing weapon or something not good at fighting swarms. 6? All right.
Thank you, radioactive die.
Yeah. All right, so you actually managed to one-shot it because they only had 6 resistance. However, let's see how many spiders crawl down your throat.
Oh, yeah.
6. Piercing. Yeah, it is a lot of spiders. You blasted them into the oblivion, but you have to open your mouth to chant the spell. And boy, they just bounce around like shrapnel, and they just land in your throat. So let's go ahead.
What kind of stress is that?
Oh, that's blood. They're biting in your throat. Yeah. But you're fine. You just puke out a bunch of spiders. It's incredibly gross. But yeah, you've managed to defeat them. And yeah.
You say gross, I say glorious. This is the way any drow would want to go.
That was awful.
That was beautiful.
I'm sure it was aesthetically interesting, but not from my perspective.
You also find, scattered around here, dozens of tiny miniature holy books and devotional art that the insects and spider cultists made. So it's a D8 niche resource, which means only you have to find a specific buyer for this kind of stuff. It's worthless. Right. It's only worth something to them. So basically you have to make some kind of skill check or something to find a buyer. But yeah. Is
that just me, or is that enough for each of us?
I would say it's one resource unit of it. So,
all right.
Probably.
Actually, I will, since Valanthe like is the one who set up us being able to use this, I will actually give you the niche D8.
Okay.
Because I appreciate you helping us out there, or helping me out there.
I am
Everything's
honored.
fine.
I may actually hang on to this just because it's. Do you know how many drow would give their eye teeth for this?
Yeah, I mean, I figured it's probably more valuable to you. So,
Oh, here, just drink this this cough syrup. It'll help.
oh, thank you. I am coughing much better now.
You're welcome.
All right, so I guess we just sort of wait for the pump sound and the struggling to stop.
Yeah. So you wait a couple of hours, and eventually you figure it's got to be dead now. So
Poorly. Nothing. There can be no other outcome.
yeah. So you open up the door, and there are a bunch of dead spiders, including a fairly large spider with a mirror in it. You scoop it up, put it in a secure container, and off you go.
Hey, Garahan, do you want to keep the pump stuff? Like, is that useful for you?
That might come in handy, so I'll see what I can scavenge from.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, you get a D6 technology for that resource, Garahan. So yeah, the pumps. Yeah. So for this actual experiment, everyone's going to have a part. So now there's a couple things that have to be done. One, there has to be a surgeon. Who's going to make the cutting? That's probably someone with. I would allow mend or killing.
Well, I definitely have kill.
Yeah,
I definitely have mend.
Yeah.
So why don't
well, there's a couple other roles.
And why don't you?
Let's hear the roles first.
Yeah. Then someone has to administer the essence and the painkillers and other drugs at the right time. And that would be discern, to know when to do it, basically monitoring the patient and getting the timing just right.
So we got a cutter, we got a drugger.
Yeah. And then you need, someone to, basically, set up the lights and maintain them just right. Because there's, actually some mirrors that you have to point lights into the eyes at certain wavelengths and certain frequencies. You have to get it just right. But there's a lot of mirrors and lights that you have to bounce various beams of light into the eyes at certain points to give you induce the right state.
So a cutter, a drugger, and a lighting technician.
Yeah. Which can also be, that's discern plus technology, obviously. And then the drugger would be probably, I don't know what, I would say cursed or occult for hidden knowledge for the drugger, but also mend. And then surgeon is occult plus kill or mend. So who wants to do what?
Okay, so I have occult and mend.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that I can work for either drugger or cutter.
Mm-hmm.
I would say drugger, because I think...
and I have kill.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to steal Rakk the opportunity to really just dig in there.
Like, it's going to be so awesome!
And so Garahan, you'll have to set up the lights and the mirrors. And get that just right. Does that work for you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So all three of you all four of you gather in the halfway house. And let's start out with the mirrors first and get the mirrors and lights first. So
delve technology.
Discern plus technology, or mend. Yeah, either one. Okay. And someone can assist with this too, if someone else. And in fact, you can assist. Well, here you already succeeded, so yeah. So it will cost 1d4 mind stress. 2 mind stress.
Okay.
And you will take. Yeah.
It's so stressful.
It is very stressful. Actually, as you realize, you could kill your friend with this if you don't get it just right. And where are the? Here we go. Minor mind fallout, as you are. Let's see here. I kind of want to do creepy again, but we just
He just starts describing all the ways I could die from this.
Yeah. I would say, let's see here. I would say you feel vulnerable. You feel shaken and scared as you realize how fragile life is. You cannot use mind protection. That is, I'll just put that on there. But otherwise, you get it done. Good job. And so then next up, Valanthe. How good are you at the drugging?
Well, I just have to point out, once again, that you have picked the right drow for the job. Because you do realize that culturally, I've grown up with more poisons and more drugs in my system than all of the rest of you put together.
Let's see. All right, you're very good at it. So yeah. And then finally, Rakk, you have to use a scalpel for this one. But
A little smaller than I'm used to, but I'll give it a shot.
yeah.
I make it.
All right. It's also going to cost you D4 mind stress because turns out cutting someone that you don't want to kill and don't want to permanently damage because he's a friend.
A little bit different.
Yeah, a little bit different. So that's one.
What the fuck?
Yeah, just one mind stress. So you just.
Okay. No, wait. I thought that was the. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. That was not the Fallout roll. That's the Fallouts
I thought that was
are.
a Fallout roll for a second.
Yeah.
So if you keep rolling ones for Fallout, I think you're literally cursed.
Yeah. The eye, the essence of the mirror spider lets you turn inward and eventually return to normal, but he has to cut optic nerves in order to do so, and rotate the eyes inward, and then the light is shown through them, and around your eye. Yeah,
refracts spider light backwards through the eye and projects it onto the brain, as one does.
So you see inward, and what are you trying to? You'll get insight into the cult. What is the burning question? What do you want to see about the cult? More than anything else. How we doing? Yeah. That has a portal in your mind, and
I want to know the name and or symbol of the entity at the top of the cult.
Okay. The name. Okay. So the name it has multiple names, but you do get a sense of the first one is the cult of the Shrouded One. The one shrouded, that is the one, but that is the only a moniker chosen by a ancient entity. That is Zerodoth.
Zerodoth. Nice to finally meet you. Ooh, spelled with an X. All right. I can respect.
Be careful. You do know that names have power. The fact that you know its name now means that it's going to be coming for you.
I mean, it does live partially in my head, so I'm sure this will turn out very well for me.
So
not live in my head, but
nothing could go wrong with this. Come on,
it's complicated.
So you have a name now. You can start researching Zerodoth and then also the cult of the Shrouded One. And yeah, he is. Whatever Zerodoth is, it is living in your head metaphorically, as your mind is the literally a portal that can be opened.
Yeah, it built my me around like as a little anchor, so it can come back one day, and I would like to not that.
Yeah. So yeah, you can eventually. Yeah. So you'll have to research that. And figure out where to go from there. But you have advanced your plot. You have a name now. You can move on. So Garahan, so in terms of you have met some factions and you realize if you were to sell the vending machine to the Society of Advancement of Pugilistic Science, they could use it to actually vend their own goods and potions and things to the fighters. and they would be very favorably disposed to you, and you could use that favor to get access to their higher level members, and their connections. You could also, but as I mentioned, so that is one option. You could also sell it to Darmon, the wine merchant. He is also capable of helping you. Just to give you some other ideas on factions you could do to get, to gain, favors from.
Okay. Yeah, honestly, I could probably, if we were to sell it to the tower for the pugilist, then that may give us a little more, assistance with everyone else's, with Rakk's particular option as well. So at least putting us in more good graces. So killing two birds with one stone there.
Okay. All right. So you do that. And that actually does mollify them because it is a wondrous machine and certainly a bragging right. And they will put it on, they'll give it to the audiences of the roof fights. And in fact, they're like, well, we were planning to invite Rakk to a fight that we were going to rig against him. But
one does.
Yes, one does. But now, you want a roof fight? We can just skip the second level then. Yeah.
Yay!
The way people always get to the top. Bribery.
You're right.
I mean, meritocracy. What did I say?
Yeah. So they'll
The same things.
so we'll do that at the beginning of the next session, just so because we can have that starting out. But they'll set it up. But we can prep for the fight now. Like, Rakk, who do you want to fight at the top of the roof of the tower? What kind of fighter are you going to be most enthusiastic about? Like someone you really hate, would love to kick, someone who'd be an easy fight, someone who would be a bloody fight, somebody.
Just someone I really, really would love to kick off of a roof.
Okay, what kind of person is that? Who do you hate? Who do you despise? What kind of people? Let's see here.
These are the kinds that we like.
Yeah, exactly. A pompous, arrogant, rich person.
Oh yeah, snooty upper class type.
Okay. Well, that high elf fencer is still around, and he's quite arrogant, as he has been promoted. So you could deal with him. Yeah.
Hey, Garahan, Valanthe, do you both have mend?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say like those because I also have mend, and we could put our heads together and make Rakk like a sick butcher outfit, like, or, like really, really like aesthetic him up.
Okay.
I am way ahead of you. Let me deal with the clothing. Let me deal with the fashion. Why don't you deal with the smashing? See what you can do to come up with a really awesome cleaver for him. He needs a good cleaver.
Oh, you had to return that cleaver. Like that cleaver is only for that fight.
Oh yeah. That's like Garahan. You would maybe you and I could put our tech heads together and make him like a sweet like I don't know butchery cleaver machine thing.
Well, I will say that right now, if Rakk fights him, right now his only melee weapon is a knife, and I will say that it will be a risky fight to go against a rapier with nothing but a knife, because range is a thing. So if you want to get him a weapon with a longer reach, that would probably be a good idea. Let's see here. There's no reach tag, but yeah, I
but narrative.
Yeah, narrative. So that's something to think about. You can try, get him a better weapon.
Okay, what about like a butcher cleaver, but it's as long as a short sword?
Yeah, you could take if you look at the weapon tags on page 97, you can try and think of killing weapon that would have one of these tags or more of these tags. Like a bloodbound weapon. I know the witch has one, but or you could just try and get a D8. Yeah, so you can go grind for some resources so you can get a better weapon. But that's something to think about. But Garahan, so you bring the vending machine to the audience. You deliver it yourself, and there are a bunch of high rollers and wealthy merchants in the audience area on the top of this building. They actually have special mirrors and devices to allow them view the fights on all levels, not just the roof. And it's sort of like a very elite very elite dinner party, cocktail party. There's waiters bringing drinks around, and only you are invited because you're the one who brought the vending machine and you're the one who explains how it works. But as you're doing so, you do see a couple people. You actually see someone you recognize who is an expert in Vermissian technology in the train network. Who is this expert?
A woman by the name of Charlize Ticket Taker. Specifically, she was given that surname because during one of her own forays into the Vermissian network, she was one of the few to actually come out with train tickets. So the fact, something that we've not been able to find on recent, and that the materials made of these are quite rare and can be used to enhance other technologies.
Okay. So she has a way to get tickets that no one else does. Tickets can enhance. Cool. Yeah, so is she high elf, drow, human, gnoll?
Human.
Human?
So,
all right.
Yeah.
So Charlize is there. She's enjoying the fight. There's a fight on level 2, where they're doing the whole, wrap your fists and then put glue on them and then put broken glass on them. Tuesday. Yeah, it's screaming
Somehow
something.
the glass is also rusted.
So she's watching that. She does seem to be very impressed by the vending machine, and would be happy to talk to you.
Yeah. Just when I introduce myself, may I interest you in some Rolos?
Oh, yes.
Such finery.
Very good. Garahan, is it? Garahan Pearce?
Yes. That I'm honored that you know me. So,
well, I mean, I had to come tonight. I heard. I mean, I have friends here, and they told me that a Vermissian vending machine, intact, pristine, was being installed for our enjoyment, and I had to see it for myself. And a very good bit of work to bring it back. I'm guessing, according to the serial number, I believe that's from the sump station.
Yes, so we were lucky enough to come across it while working on another job, but I thankfully had ample assistance from my other friends pointing them out, who were able to...
Oh, no, they're not allowed on this level. It's only you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll still name them anyway, so...
Well, excellent. Let me show you something. And she walks over to the side of the machine, and there's a little slot in it, and she takes out something from her purse. It's a ticket, and she feeds the ticket into it. And the vending machine whirs and buzzes for a moment, and suddenly it opens up and reveals new items. It actually, before it was entirely metal and had just little icons to show what to get for, but now the metal opens up, revealing glass, revealing how many of each item it has available, and you can actually see in the back a new sealed snack is being created somehow out of thin air. It will now replicate its treats perfectly. Once a day, it'll replenish any up to its full capacity, as long as it receives power, which, of course, in this building will, until, of course, the Flesh Network takes over that, but that should be a decade. No,
but the ticket, though, that's... how can it improve upon these?
Oh, it unlocks certain instructions in its machine programming. The problem with the reason why they are not available by normal is that this sort of power is too dangerous to be left unmonitored. In this environment, I believe it's fine, but a machine that can replicate matter and is very dangerous if left unused. So they had to lock down machines that were in unsecure areas in many cases. I assume you want to know more.
Well, absolutely.
Would you like to know more?
Well, absolutely. Yes, I'm working on a turnstile for the Vermissian. So,
the turnstiles. Those are notoriously difficult to work with.
It won't accept any other power source that I've given from him, biological or inorganic. So,
well, perhaps we could come to a deal. I'm sure if the ticket slot is intact on the turnstile, I could perhaps procure a ticket for you. But I wonder why are you working on the style? What is your ultimate goal? You don't have to tell me, of course, if it's personal.
All I'll really say right now is that I have certain leads which make me believe that it's like the theory of the conductor might still be something that's true. So, or at least more factual.
You're one of them, one of the hunters looking for the conductor. There always seems to be a few of you among the knights. It's just been it's a lonely quest. Takes you far, but I believe that is no one's ever tried to use to my knowledge, use the turnstile as a way to get access to the conductor.
Seems to be a guidepost towards many places in the Vermissian that we've not been able to delve into.
I'll tell you what, come by my place tomorrow with your friends, and I can make a deal. I can offer you something. I have a bit of work that needs to be done, but I may be able to procure a ticket for you.
If that's I would certainly be willing to hear you out. Thank you for the opportunity, and if nothing else, the wonder that is now this Vendomat. So
yes, and now we'll all be able to enjoy its delicious treats. So as she puts a coin in to purchase the newly manufactured treat.
The sag nuts we can eat, and she's got a ticket to ride.
Yep. So yeah, let's see. Cool. I think that's a good place to stop right now. Okay. As we have done quite a bit. So next session, you'll have your rooftop fight there, Rakk. Then you'll all have a meeting with Charlize Ticket Taker to find out what she wants. And then Thad, you have a name, Zaradoth. Now the question is, who would you take it to? You can make up someone who might know, or someone existing, and of course, probably your masters will have a new job for you soon, or a new task for you.
Something that perhaps seems unconnected and insignificant, but.
So in terms of story beats, Thad, I think you did, by saving Theresa's life, you definitely made a friendship with her. David, you terrified or impressed an NPC with your obsession.
Damn right you did.
Yeah. And Aaron, you did gain favor with a faction that can help you. And so pick new story beats. They could be minor or major. Pick your minor abilities to go with that before next session. And let's see here. Next session.
But first and foremost, Outis, darling, my lovely. Let me at least put these eye bandages on you.
Oh, nah, it's fine. The thing I read said that they're going to drift like that for a little while. I'm sure it'll wear off on its own. I can see just fine.
Yeah. Perhaps.
Oh, honey, no. No.
So question, comments, discussion. You guys have fun?
Yeah, some good stuff.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Cool.
I feel like we had a good session of just being men about town.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with
that. Wish I could have gotten more out of that pouring the drink on this dude, but whatever.
Look, sometimes the dice aren't on your side.
I'll say, Tom, if you can win your rooftop fight in a spectacular way, they'll definitely name a move or a drink after you. So you gotta think about how you're going to do that.
I mean, considering your victory is also going to likely involve kicking someone off the roof.
Well, it's got to do that. Yeah,
it's absolutely going to do that.
Well, one way or another, at the end of the next session, somebody is going to get wrecked.
Hey, nice. So thank you for listening. We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.